Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. We're just gonna noodle today. That's the plan anyways. We're gonna do some makeup stages here, I guess. Tour Watopia. I guess I should change to a mountain bike. I assume I've got a mountain bike in my garage. I never use the damn thing. Such a weird thing. Rush, frame. Do we have a mountain bike? There we go. We'll grind this out. So hopefully you're having a good weekend. Like I said, we're just noodling, goofing about, just trying to figure out what we're gonna do for the streams. When we're talking weekend stuff, whether I should be racing or what, I don't know. I'll leave that kind of up to you guys. But this week in particular, we're just gonna kind of noodle about, do the tour of Watopia stuff that we neglected doing because of racing and the training plan. As I mentioned, Trainer Road kind of dumped me a few days early, it felt like. I thought I was supposed to close off on Monday and I have my last couple training rides, training sessions, but no, we'll wait till we get back before we reactivate that. Working on some other stuff if you haven't seen it. And you race ZRL. I did the recon for it to utilize some of the animation maps that we've been creating, because just wanted to show people that they were ultimately there, and hope people integrate them into their recons and such. And so I did kind of a quick one. If you haven't watched it, please watch it, give it a thumbs up, and give me some feedback. It's going to be a few weeks before I do another one. I may have released this at the wrong time and got people excited that I'm going to be doing them every race, but that's not necessarily the case here. We're just going to, well, once we get back and things are settled, we'll probably get back into full-on recons, I guess. But we got a lot of things on the go. Really busy on this end, just trying to get organized and ready and be best prepared for the next little while. I always kind of forget stuff. It's just kind of how that goes. If you're on my Discord and you want to chit chat, I am on the Discord in the voice, and you can hop in there and we can chit chat, and then maybe I can also see about fixing this so people can actually hear the audio on stream. But we will see. Typically I run Discord through my phone, not the computer. So there's a little bit of a process, I guess, of getting that done. We're just going to take this chill today, nothing too exciting. We'll see. The plan was chill yesterday, and then I jumped into a couple races and did some stupid stuff along the way, so. What is this? Jungle Circuit, 12.4 kilometers. So we hit the dirt. And if you did happen to watch the recon, you want to give me some feedback in the chat, that's good as well. I kind of, just to give you a heads up of my thought process of it, there's a lot of guys that do recons. They're all very good at what they do. I don't necessarily feel that another recon person is necessarily in the World Wide Web. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to take a different approach. I didn't want to, I know a lot of traditional recons, you will see the entire course start to finish. I get that, that's a huge thing for those of you looking to get visual cues and get a good look at the route, to kind of mentally do it without riding it. You know, it's much akin to, like when we used to do mountain biking, it's like scoping a line or scooping a, you know, a segment to see which line you want to take or what's the optimal line before you actually ride it. So I get it, kind of getting the landmarks and what's coming up ahead and what's happening, all part and parcel. So I do understand the full recaps. I just wanted to do something a little different that was more focused on key points and those segments more than anything else. And that's what I did. Feedback is, generally people like it. There's some feedback they would like to see a little bit more of the segment leading in, which again alludes to the landmarks. Like for example, this bridge here, you know, knowing once you hit this, you're looking for this, or this is a place for that. It's 100% a valid thing. And that's, like I said, there's a lot of people that do these recons and they do an excellent job of that kind of stuff. Mine was ultimately to showcase the elevation maps and show that they're out there, that they work, put them into practice. Kind of what I wanted to see what people would do with them when I put them out. But when I didn't see any, I just kind of had to, you know, proof of concept. It's a thing. It's, you know, it's proving that it's useful, it's good, it works, it's blah blah blah. It's not unusual, not unusual. It's, you know, but it was kind of funny. I'd watch all these recon videos, and every time I'd see those blue Zwift maps that you see in conjunction with the Zwift Insiders thing, I would I'd just be like, come on, why didn't you use something, you know, the animated one? Like, that'd be so much cooler. You know, and I enjoy making that stuff. It's fun. I enjoy kind of that process and figuring it out and figuring out a system and maximizing my time and efficiency and other things. Yeah, basically a good time. So this route's what, 10K? Got 10K left? Is that? I do like that they've got the little elevation map a little more apparent on the map, and putting the circuit name and all that kind of good information in that top right hand corner now by Zwift. I think that was a good move. Yeah, you just fly through this first 4 or 5K of this route, and then it's climb time. And we're just going to keep it low and slow. Back in the day, it was always interesting to do TTTs on this because back in the day of bike switches and doing crazy stuff where if you used a TTT bike and a TTT, you wouldn't get any drafts, so you had to use regular bikes. It was a more interesting time, I guess. But I like what they've done with the team time trials. While I am not a huge team time trial guy, I do appreciate that they line you up in the pen and it's all organized and you can pedal into it versus back in the original time trial days, you would basically, if you pedaled before launch, like 10-15 seconds before launch, or if you're the front of the line, you would just kind of roll over and start the clock, and then your time was doomed. I haven't done this jungle route in a long time. We're just going to keep it low and slow today. I don't even have sauce up. Hey George, how are things? You know, it's funny, I just popped into your channel today. I was looking for a George video, a new George video to watch. I was trying to see what you had going on. Thought YouTube might have been doing YouTube things and not showing me stuff. So my guess is you've been a busy man or training hard, one of the two, or both. Yeah, we're just kind of checking off some of these Tour Watopia routes. Not on a tour ride, but solo and slow and recovery pace and all that kind of good stuff, and just kind of chit chat with everybody that drops in. Sorry, not so much racing lately. Oh, no need to apologize, man. I get it. It's that's going to be me in about, 2 days. I got 2 more races, and then you'll still see videos on my channel on a weekly basis, which is normal. But it's going to be a little, there'll be no live streams, I guess, for a little bit while we go do some work. So busy and a bit of sickness that doesn't go away. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. That's it's nothing worse than being dragged down with some illness shit. I mean, that's it's always a bummer. I am actually, because I'm going to be off the bike here for a bit, I am concerned at what it's going to do to my fitness in the meantime. It's not that I'm not going to be busy and not going to be active, it's just not going to be in the same manner. Yeah, it's, I kind of, I don't know. I streamed yesterday Twitch only. I feel like that's the better way to do these rides. Today, I just figured I'd throw it up on YouTube as well. Try to pump the ZRL Recon that I did. Get people to watch that, give me some feedback. But, it's, some people say they enjoy the chit chats. It's on the live streams, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's definitely well worth doing it. I mean, we all kind of converse with the same people. It's always nice to kind of have people drop in like yourself and just kind of regular chit chat instead of the heavy breathing, I think I'm going to die kind of. I'm not going to talk in streams that are the usual. Like I said, today I'm just kind of, I didn't do tour of Watopia. I did like a route by accident, and then I unlocked some socks, and then I did a route yesterday, and then I was looking at makeup things, and somebody told me, you just have to do the routes, you don't have to actually do the events. So I'm kind of like, okay. Not saying you shouldn't, just don't. No, I hear what you're saying. I kind of on the fence about it, right? It's sometimes I think there's a balance between, how much stuff we do. I do one edited video a week, no matter what, and generally speaking, one live stream. And I generally feel that that's enough. I kind of feel like, it gets to be a point of being too much at a time, right? It's just depends. I've just been chatty the last couple days. It's probably because, like I said, I got a lot going on. And it's just a good way for me to kind of like get my mind off things. Reduce a little bit of the stress. But I'm in a good position here. I'm packed, I'm ready to go. I just have to go through and get all the equipment and equipment boxes sorted, and do a final test and make sure that I've got everything that I need for lighting and microphones and camera gear and all that kind of stuff. All right, take her easy, George. Yeah, so I just gotta keep on organizing my stuff, and hopefully it'll all be good. It never fails when you've got something big happening and you got to organize, and you're not at your normal haunt or location, and you don't have access to everything, that you are bound to forget or miss or do something that doesn't quite work out, or forget a key piece of something and then have to deal with all that stuff. And then it's for any of you that work with camera gear and all that kind of stuff, you can bring way too much stuff. Logistically, that can be a bit of a nightmare. Like, I'm just sort of tagging everything now that I'm 100% bringing, because when you pack up, you want to make sure that you're not leaving kit behind. So I use these little RFID tags on things just to make sure that we're all good. And once I have those RFIDs set up, have them inventoried and ready to go. But you can get too much stuff, and there's the whole logistical thing of moving stuff from site to site to site that can be a bit cumbersome, and and then there's the cost associated with moving it as well. It adds up. Moving big, basically boxes of stuff all over the place. And I haven't even looked at, and it reminds me I have to look at rental possibilities as well. It's always good to have that as a backup. If you can source something locally, if you have problems or piece of gear craps out, which is never a good thing. But as I was saying, we will figure it all out. This is just kind of a slow and steady climb, this. I do wish this climbing thing that they had, which I do like, would show how long is left in the climb, like distance-wise, like a meter countdown. And we'll keep on puttering up. Putter, putter, putter. I only see that shoulder dip on my camera. That's the shoulder that I've separated numerous times. Hey Darren, how's it going? I'm just rolling along, my dude.
Ale, 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 ale!
Because I'm actually just doing the routes solo. I'm doing makeup routes by myself. We're just keeping it low and slow, keeping to our pace, not worrying about drafting or groups or anything or chasing people. It's just a low intensity Sunday ride. Is kind of where it's at. Nice run earlier, by the way. That 2 hours, just over 25K. It's nice, my dude. It's a good run. Well, because it is a tour of Watopia. This is stage 1. The thing is with the tour is you can do the tour by yourself or you can ride with everybody else. And I did stage 5 yesterday. I was streaming Twitch only. That I did with the group. I did the Jarvis Island thing, which the animation was like way too long. But I'm never going to complain. More routes and more maps. I mean, the plan is here, once I get it on this, I'll do stage 2, and then, because there should be a pop-up at the end of this route in 4 kilometers. Saying that we've done it. And then we'll pick stage 2, and then from there, I think we got stage 4. I think we accidentally did stage 3. Yeah, because I wasn't doing Tour of Watopia at all. I wasn't doing any of the group rides, and I did one route and I got a pop-up. And I'm like, what? So I don't even think you really had to do the Tour of Watopia rides to do the Tour of Watopia. Because like I said, I've got 2 stages. This will be 3. And I've done 1 ride. Well, technically I've done 2 because I did this route twice yesterday. Because I was just, again, I'm just noodling, getting base stuff, building up the Ks, building up the legs, just taking it easy. So I have to ask, dude, what's up with the bike? What happened with the bike? Like, is it fixable? What's the deal? Because I've never seen anything quite like what you were showing. It looked like a bike computer, but it looks like you've got a faulty power module. So is that repairable? Is that something that needs fully replaced? Like, technician is saying that the motherboard went bust. Oh God. I mean, it's good you got a technician. So they got to order you a motherboard and then put that in. Is that a course of action? Ordered a new motherboard from the US. Oh God. Well, you know, I'll say this, at least with things like UPS and DHL and all these shipping things. I mean, I don't know how quick things get to Malta, but generally speaking, it seems like worldwide service is pretty fast. You know, it's funny, man, like, I'll say this, I order bike parts and shit from Europe all the time, and no word of a lie, cable seems fine. Well, that's good. And connected to the bike computer with the power meter. Well, that's, yeah, that just kind of sucks. Yeah, it's, oh, okay, I thought that was your TV. I thought that was something to do with your TV, not the thing. That's good, that service is good. But yeah, like, stuff gets here, like, I can order stuff from the UK on the same day I order something from Canada, and it'll get here. The UK stuff I'll have in like 2-3 days. The stuff that gets shipped like locally takes forever. I order stuff in the city. Knowing I can't get to a place for a few days, thinking it'll take a few days in the mail. It takes like a week plus. It's ridiculous here. It's crazy shit. Hey Manicwa, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're just noodling Tour of Watopia stages by ourselves. But yeah, it's crazy, Darren. It's I don't know, but my TV was a few days prior. I couldn't get the Zwifty PC to connect to my TV. as normal via HDMI cable. Yeah, that's always the shitty part, is that things seem to break down in bunches. TV was saying no signal, even though Zwifty PC was running normal. Yeah, I get weird connection issues with HDMI as well. It sucks. It sucks. Oh, Manaqua, thanks for the raid, dude. I just saw the aloha. I didn't see the raid part. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're just gonna do 3 stages of the tour of Watopia here, I think. Is kind of the plan. Technology sucks. It does, Darren. It does. It's like anything, right? It's just want it to work, and then when it doesn't work and it causes you a bunch of grief, it's such a pain. Such a pain. Just finished workout. Nice. Nice. Yeah, we're just slow rolling today, Manaqua. We're just kind of chilling. No real plan other than doing these short little tour stages. Keeping it low and slow. Just kind of getting the lactic acid out of the legs from the last week as we kind of wrap up this stage of the training plan. You know, the training plan, I guess, officially ended on Friday, a day short of when it was actually supposed to end, because my subscription ended and I didn't get the last ride in, and I wasn't going to pay for another month for using it for one day. So how'd the workout go, Manaqua? I miss my bike so bloody much. I know, man. It's hard. It's hard being off the bike sometimes. I tell you, it's nightmare fuel. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. You've got options, right? It's like, that's the nice thing, is that you have the ability to do that. Like, I mean, I have another bike, so if this bike snapped, I mean, it would still be a pain in the ass, because I'd have to switch cassettes and hub and to get things all set up for the other bike, and I don't really want to throw the SL8 on the trainer. Not what I plan on doing. All right, let's see if this pop-up comes up in 30 meters, which it should, or not. So do I get credit for that or not? Maybe I don't. I think I did. Oh, maybe it's the end gate here. I don't know. Now I'm starting to second guess what I'm doing. Good choice. I choose something harder as usual, but we managed. Yeah, like I got a big couple weeks ahead of me, so I've got to really be mindful of what I'm doing going in. Maybe it's jungle circuit I'm doing. The jungle circuit? I don't even know. This is bad news. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time, which shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. See, part of me says turn it off and take a look, see if it's done. The other part of me says you're 14.4K in, just finished this 7.2K segment, and you should be good. I think it's jungle loop, so I think And who knows? It sounds normal. Very much. It's a crapshoot with me, what I remember, what I don't. I mean, that's the other problem with not really having a plan. I mean, I should be coming out of this thing at some point. I mean, we rode in on the road. We're just gonna keep on grinding. Thanks for the cowbell there, Darren. Appreciate it. Appreciate that, Darren. Yeah, it really is plodding around. Especially on this mountain bike. Like I said, I have not ridden a mountain bike in Zwift in forever. Now, I selected this route from the tour thing, so I do expect a pop-up. Thanks, Mr. Clown Prince. Yeah, we're just taking it easy and chill today, man. It's solo making up those routes is what we're doing. Assuming that it lets me know these routes are done. And it's just like slow going on this thing. I mean, I suppose it's faster than anything else that's going to ride this course. I am, Miguel. I am. Thanks for the cowbell, buddy. I am racing tomorrow. We're racing tomorrow on Tuesday, and then we have our little hiatus for a little bit. How about you? Are you good for the next 2 days? Speaking of which, I have to make the thumbnails for the next 2 lives. I wonder if I can see on the companion app.
I cannot.
Hey Rob, how's it going? I'm just plodding along again today. Just trying to finish these tour rides. Today is off. More riding tomorrow. I'll just recovery riding still. Yeah, but you're doing great, man. I tell you, Mr. Clown Prince, like, there is a lot of discipline that you've got going on to maintain those things. Like, to maintain a certain power zone and not go over it, a lot of times that's harder than anything else. It's kind of shutting off that desire to go where you're going to put yourself in a bad spot. I think I've done the route, to be honest here. Well, either I'm going to make a huge tactical error, or oh, I've done it. That was what, stage 2, jungle circuit, 13.8, okay. Whole lot of lava. $17.8, we'll start that ride. We're gonna switch bikes. Garage, frame, we'll go Pinarello. All right. Whole lot of lava, 15.7. I'm missing 3 and 4. Yeah, it's tough. Absolutely getting back into the rhythm of usual riding and schedule. Yeah, well, when you do a big tour like that, Miguel, you're going to need to take a couple days to let your body deal with all the trauma you put it through. But that's good. It's awesome to have you back. I'll have you back on the Monday, and well, we always race Tuesdays, so that's good. Mr. Clown Prince, you can do them on demand, or there's some makeup rides every week after Tuesday. Better than late. Well, yeah, it's whatever. It's, you know, today's just a slow spin. Get some of the lactic out of the legs. Make sure that I'm good for tomorrow's race. You know, just keep kind of warm and moving. And I figure I may as well do something stupid like this. Like I said, I never go out of the dirt jersey, so you know, the only reason to do it is like to collect jerseys, like a lot of people do. This route should be a lot faster in the sense that it's tarmac and they'll be drafting people. Yeah, we're not really chasing anybody or going after anything. We're just going to kind of sit at our pace, whatever that is. But, you know, getting towed along for a few extra kilometers an hour is never a bad thing. All right, man. Well, have a good one. Appreciate the raid, buddy. Rob Rain, this is the last one I did today. Oh, nice. Yeah, this should be not too bad, I think. Too bad that pace partner's not going this way. Oh, we got to climb on this one too. Oh, balls. What's with the climbing? Why do people want to climb? In my world's flat. Flatter than a pancake. It's the volcano climb. Yeah, well. We'll just kind of pace ourselves up and try to not like get out of this. I guess I should just switch bikes at the base. Nebraska, Kansas, you know, whatever. I live on the prairies, so I mean, it's flat here. Velodrome at sea level, I don't care. It all works for me. So much for thinking it was going to be quick. I thought it was just like a couple laps of the outer volcano king. We're going to be doing bike changes and shit because I'm that lazy today. We'll get the old Athos and the Alpinists once we get to the base. Had my drop out when I was going up it. Yeah, it's not cool. All right, we're gonna stay seated. I always like to get out of the seat here and like punch this little climb. Or we're just gonna sit and spin. Spin a little faster because I don't want to be going that hard. I seem to recall people doing Road to Sky for one of the stages. I hope that is not what I got to do for this last one. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's not happening. Just not looking to climb. I'm just looking to keep it low and slow. And I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, it's virtual. You're just spinning the pedals. But something mentally about not moving fast and like that weird pressure that you kind of get from the trainer. That's a good question. I've got one left after this. I think I've done 3. I've definitely done 5. I might be like 1, 4, 5. Might have like 2 left. I mean, maybe I can cheat. Maybe there'll be one of those. I did it yesterday. But I actually did it because I needed to jump off the bike for a second. But those coffee breaks. It's such a great tool for the lazy climber. I forgot they existed until yesterday because I typically don't just ride around other than warming up. Apple does not allow you to fix things. This is true. Well, they let you fit things if you bring it to the Apple store and pay them lots of money. I still have not used a coffee break. Good for you, man. Like I said, I used one yesterday. It was a great luxury as I had to jump off for a second and grab some food because I ended up going a lot longer yesterday than I thought I was going to. I've been slacking on the TOW stages, only did 2 stages so far. I was, same thing, I had done one by accident, Miguel. That was kind of it. I'd completely forgotten about it. Yesterday I did one just because I didn't want to really race. Although, because let's be honest, Tour de the Watopia, even though it's got a leaders board, is a group ride. And some people are out there racing it and other people are just kind of cruising it. It's kind of weird. I kind of wish they would, if they're going to do the leaderboard thing, that they just make it a race. And they have like a GC somewhere kind of thing. And I mean, let's be honest, if you want to ride a race as a group ride, kind of, you can do that anyways. Or just noodle about. Do I even have a coffee break at the moment? I don't. It's available in 19 minutes. I'm thinking that's going to come into play in about 19 minutes and 40 seconds. 100% Miguel. It is complete mixed signals. It's, you know, and as far as I know, it doesn't contribute to your Zwift racing score. So I guess if you want to like race, but not race against people that aren't racing, but might be racing, that race would be the non-race to race in. I am Lee. I am free riding the Tour of Watopia. It's something that I did not plan on doing initially. I got a stage by accident the other day. And then I went and actually did a Tour of Watopia ride yesterday. And then I was like, well, I'm just here to noodle today. Kind of hang out, chit chat, you know, talk about whatever. And then, yeah. So we're coming into the climb here. Once we lose our momentum and come to a grinding halt, I'm going to switch to the bikes. Yeah, it's like crack. Just give you a little, the first one's free. Here, have a pair of socks. Now you want the jersey. Funny stuff, funny stuff. Break yesterday. Used a coffee break on a TOW on a downhill just because to get more water. Still felt guilty about it. I feel no guilty, Ethan. None whatsoever. Especially on this. Like, I'm not gaining any benefit of any draft of anything anyways, so we're just gonna, I mean, I would never do this. Well, that's not true. I have switched bikes in a race before. But we're definitely going to do this because I didn't plan on climbing today. And like I said, I don't like grinding up climbs, but We're going to do it. Climbing the volcano. I've done this 3 times this week in hill climb racing. That's crazy, Lee. But the difference is you're good at climbing hills. You got that pedigree, which is awesome. I think the last time I did this was on a TTT, and it was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Nothing wrong with using a coffee break. I agree. Now the key is to find somebody that's moving hella fast and use your coffee break and do that little burst to get 3 minutes of power that you normally wouldn't have. I don't think everybody has that memo though, Miguel. Oh, thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. And like I said, I'm just kind of noodling. I noodled yesterday, well, endurance ride yesterday. And then I did the edit for the recon for ZRL, which I'm getting some good feedback on. Thankful for everybody that's kind of watched it and left me with feedback on what they thought about my approach, including things they didn't like, which are extremely valuable. I think if you know you're racing, using a coffee break is a bit of poor form. Well, that's the thing, is like in an actual race there is no coffee break available. It's disabled. Unless it's some sort of, I don't know, like user setup event, I guess, then I would agree 100%. Like it's meant as a race, then no, it's not cool. But is it any different than getting a sticky pull from a team car? Hey, Steph, how's it going? Is it any different than a sticky bottle? Or using a car for draft? A good flat bit coming up. You guys ever had rocket pops before? Is that strictly a North American thing? They're the popsicles that are shaped like rocket ships. They're like red, white, and blue. You know, America. Maybe it is an American thing. I've said it out loud. Anyways, BioSteel sent me some Rocket Pop electrolyte thing. And I love BioSteel. They treat me very well. But this is some weird shit, man. It is so sweet. It's it's crazy. It's I don't know. I'm a guy that likes like lemon lime. I'm a pretty basic bitch, I guess. But this is I'm sure if I was like 12 years old, this would be the best stuff on the planet. But it tastes exactly like that popsicle. It's weird. Quickly, bottle is way better. Some of those few cars hit the gas hard and launch their riders. Oh, they do, I know. Sticky bottle's great. I find the most of the bios. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I agree, Mr. Clown Prince. It's, you know, I am very, very happy to be sponsored by BioSteel. I'll say this, it's like, same thing with Rode, you know, Rode microphones, sponsored by those guys. It's like, when you've used a product for years, and then somehow the stars align, and you end up, you know, connecting with a product in a company that you've used. It's a match made in heaven, man. I did all 3 rides to stage 5 yesterday. Nice. Stay a lead group for the first Jarvis, and 2/3 of second. A+ speed. Yeah. That's a different level, Steph. Different level. The Jarvis animation, though, whew, it was long. I was kind of surprised at how long that animation was for the unveiling of the island. Do we get to go down? We get to go down. Nice. It was cool, but it's long. And to be honest, like, I think it was Rob Rain that said yesterday that it only happens one time, which is good, because it's kind of like, and you can probably relate to this, Miguel, the Box Hill animation, to me, especially in a race, doesn't matter if you're cruising around, animations are great, it's something different to look at. It's annoying, those animations. That Box Hill one, it messes me up. Do I watch NFL? Not really. I haven't watched football in a very, very long time. Mainly because I like to be in it. I used to watch football all the time when I played, but you know, after university, that was it for me. I still go to the odd game here. Granted, that's not NFL, it's CFL, which is a completely different game. But yeah, you know, I'll watch important games, but regular season stuff, it's not so much. If I'm just kind of doing something, I might throw a game on to watch as background noise, but not really keep a thing. Deck a Dash was a quick route, 10 times around Jarvis, adds to your legs. Cycling is a real man's sport. Yeah, 10 times around a bit much. I think I saw that route when I initially logged on. I'm like, no. I just did the, what was it, the 8 instead, which was fine. I did that twice actually yesterday. But you see, Darren's like a super tough guy, and he's got cardio for days. You know, being the runner that he is. Like today on Darren's stream, he ran for 2 hours at a hell of a pace. You know, the boys got lungs. Based in Canada, whatever. You know, if you like. For me, I was always, so when I grew up, I was always kind of, I guess there's 2 teams. One was, I was a Bears guy because I like Jim McMahon. That era, the Chicago Bears, you can't argue that. Walter Payton, all those boys, the Fridge, you know, it was a great team at that time. And then, you know, because I lived at the time in Vancouver, probably Seattle, because the team was accessible, and you know, I used to be a huge fan of a guy who used to play for the Oklahoma Sooners, Brian Bosworth, whose personality was probably bigger than anything else. His stint in the NFL wasn't that great. He ended up playing for the Seahawks. Wasn't allowed to wear his trademark 44, but it's funny. I heard if you change your view to the other first person, the Box Hill animation isn't there. That's something to keep in mind, Steph, because I don't like the animation at all. I kind of liked, I don't know how many of you guys have tried out Indie Velo, but they had the bike view, which I kind of really liked with the handlebars. Thought that was a kind of cool thing. I should actually downshift or get out of the saddle here, but yeah, 100% good to know. It was rough, and I try to catch up on the downhill side of the route. It's hard to make those moves on the downhill unless you're a big guy. Oh, come on, momentum. Take me a little bit faster than that. Yes, it isn't that steep of a decline yet. It looks steeper than 0. My recovery deca-dash turned into a race run. Ran into 2 of friends, my TTT, so it was on. See, and that's the danger of that stuff. Like, you start doing these rides, and you start doing, like I did one race yesterday. And I didn't want to be at the front. And it was an open category, 0 to 1,000, which is, I mean, you got a whole wild ride going on there. And I just kind of slotted in where I was comfortable. It was good. And There's a guy there, and he was obviously racing. I just kind of paced with him. He was going enough. I'd drop him, I'd let him catch up, and all that kind of stuff. And ultimately, I just kind of let him go at the final sprint because I just, you know, you want to help. You want to help elevate people and get them to boost and all that kind of good stuff. 5.1K to go in this. And then we got one more. And then the tour of Watopia is complete. 23,217. Wow. Crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, let's just did 2 badges in recovery mode, coast to coast and triple twist. Nice. Well done. That is so sweet, that thing. Ah. I gotta use like half the stuff or something. I don't know about you guys, but like a lot of these things, whether it's gels or drinks or carb mix or whatever, if it's too sweet, man, like it's too sweet for me. It's you know, a little bit of taste, fine, but let's not go overboard. Some of these things seem to go overboard, but I think these guys are just trying to occupy kind of that Gatorade spectrum. Gatorade's, yeah, it's Gatorade. Back in the day, I mean, they were definitely doing stuff, but you know, ever since they got picked up, I think they got picked up by Coke. Kind of changed how they were as a brand and what they were focused on. Although they never had them here, they were in the States. They had those sweat patches to see how much liquid you were basically getting rid of, which is kind of cool. Hey, speaking of which, if you're still in the chat, Miguel, you got Element. Element's good. Element is definitely good cookie. It's pricey though. And like I said, for me, I mean, I will be BioSteel because BioSteel is what I sponsor, right? It's you know, they're great. They especially with the other stuff, like the protein powders and the amino acids and the creatine and the collagen and like the full lineup. And like I said, I genuinely do like their stuff. Their protein powder is probably the best protein powder that I've had. Because any of you that do protein powder will know that sometimes, man, like, whoa, it's a chore to get those things down. It could be a little much. That, and I like the beetroot. JD is frozen. Well, let's see if we can fix that. Still frozen. There we go. That should work. On the fly. I love Element for racing. I use 3 different electrolytes throughout the day. Nice. Definitely, but it goes with my diet being a carnivore diet. Fair enough. So your cookie, you're mostly what? Proteins and fats for fuel? So not a lot of carbs? How do you find that on the bike? I'm curious. It's I've been doing a weight cut for the last couple weeks, going into this thing, and cut a lot of carbs. And I tell you, there were times that I definitely felt it. I probably had a little bit more fat in my diet than normal, just because I was eating a lot more proteins, and along with that came fat. Meat, eggs, fish, no seed oil. Fair enough. Yeah, for me, ton of eggs. Fish is amazing. I'm in a landlocked province, so fish here sucks. If I could be by the sea again, that would be awesome. It would be really, really good. I race without carbs. You see, that's if you are a sub-hour race, you're probably fine, Miguel. But when you start getting into those 3-4 hour, kind of events, when you're going over 100K, that will definitely bite you in the ass at some point. It's you need the carbs on the bike 100%. It's just, and you can feel it. You can feel the difference immediately. I've lost 1.5 stone in 2 months. Well, stone is what? How many pounds? Yeah, I remember I'm a metric guy. 1 stone is 14 pounds. Nicely done, dude. 21 pounds. Beauty. Thanks, Rob, for the conversion. Genuine perk of living Northeast England. There you go. Can't beat battered fish and chips at the seaside. It's... So when I go home, I will go fish and chip crazy for like a few days. It's one thing I miss. It's not the healthiest food in the world, let's be honest. Battered fish and chips, but oh man, so good. I only know that as my scale refuses to log stone. There you go. 13 pounds to stone. Appreciate that, Cookie. Yeah, that's awesome. That's an awesome amount of weight to lose. Yeah, but fish and chips, man, like, whew, I can do that. Like I said, it's a non-existent thing here. You can go get fish and chips, but it's not the same. And being originally from Scotland, like I love haddock, and haddock is virtually impossible to find here. Used to live with 8 stones and some faster. Yeah, well, there's a balance too, man. Like, we can all, I can do to lose some weight for sure as well. And I mean, I have been with this cut, but it's a cut, so in about 2 weeks I will be back to my regular kind of weight. I didn't even change it in Zwift because I just don't even want to, I don't want to deal with that shit. It's going to stay where it is, and it's going to be a disadvantage, but whatever. All right. Whole lot of lava done. Yeah, I'm originally from the UK, so I was born in Carlisle. I grew up, my family's from the UK, so I spent a lot of time in Eastriggs, Dumfries, Glasgow, Glenrothes is where a lot of family still is. So I'm the only one here, other than my brother. So yeah, Carlisle. I'm in Northeast England, over by Durham. Oh, nice. Yeah, my family always says I was born 11 miles on the wrong side of the border because we're all Scots, but Happens. Always when it comes to World Cup in Scotland, who never have a good team, then I just go cheer for England and just say, well, I was born there, so whatever. The better side. Oh dear, oh dear. All right, let's end that right. Save that shit. Depends on how much you like. So I do love haggis. Again, something that you never get here. Something about organ meat, not a big thing here. Same with thing like I miss steak and kidney pie. Like kidney is not a thing that you will ever see anybody kind of eat here. But yeah. All right, 1, 1, 2. So it's 4. What's a 4? Please tell me I am not doing an Alp. Ah, look at that. Cakewalk. 63 meters of elevation. Doesn't get any flatter. This is my kind of riding. This is my kind of riding. You know what? I should use the bends, but whatever. It's Alp was stage 1. I don't know what I did for stage 1 then, because I have not done an Alp in a while. Yeah, exactly. Flat. It's a fat kid's paradise, Steph. This is where I live. Oh, I'm surprised I did the tour of Watopia. Oh, look at that. Ah, well, it's not really a coffee break now, is it? Whatever. Oh, okay. Well, I'd much rather do the volcano climb than the Alp. Let's put it that way, Rob. Did that twice, was spicy. Yeah, this is where, like I said, flat's where I live. I mean, fat kids in motion stay in motion, right? I know, I got friends in Calgary. The Shamrock, ooh. They took you to the Shamrock? What kind of... I have questions about your friends now, Steph. That is, you're dabbling in the underside of Calgary there. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't take you to the Cecil if they're taking you to the Shamrock. Oh boy. Are you sure these people are your friends? Oh, that's crazy. I haven't heard that name in a long time, the Shamrock. I had to be here a long time ago then. I don't think it exists anymore. I think it's long gone. They kind of cleaned up a lot of the seedier places. Okay. Ah, then you were fine. And we might know some of the same people then, because my friend Dave, still to this date, is a bike messenger here. You're not friends with Dave, are you? Oh yeah, it's long gone. Yeah. Dave's been a messenger for as long as I've known Dave, so. And Dave will always be a bike messenger. And Dave will always be in phenomenal shape. Yeah, I kind of look at it like I used to do bike messenger stuff like a long, like I want to say almost like it's got to be like 35 plus years ago. It was a fun job at the time. Pay was shit, but man, what a great way to spend the day sometimes. Sometimes it was a shitty way to spend the day too, like. But yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah, it makes sense if you're hanging out with a bunch of bike messengers why you would be downtown at the Shamrock. I don't know where they hang out now. I mean, Dave's got two kids, so I mean, he doesn't really hang out. And did you play? A lot of those guys used to play bike polo back in the day, which was kind of cool. You know, get there, and I mean, it's different when you got a single speed bike and you can maneuver it a bit different, and you know, move back and forth. You know, the direct drive used to be fun. That's when it was okay when you were younger and you hit the ground. It was all right. Now I wouldn't want to do that, but oh, you played a bit. Awesome. Yeah, it was fun. Like, they used to play at the, it was like an outdoor rink. I used to go there and drink beers and kind of play and monkey about. And I don't know if they still play or not. Like I said, I'd have to ask Dave. I mean, such a long time ago, and I don't know how prevalent that that service is anymore. Like, I mean, Dave has his own clientele, does really well for himself, does process serving as well for lawyers, so it just works out well for him. But I don't know how many courier companies there are. It used to be a lot more prevalent than it is now. I think over the years it's gotten less and less, but I think it just depends on how busy things are here, because we're a very oil dependent city, on what's going on in the oil fields. That determines it a lot. Winnipeg crew had funny name, Sticks Up. There's lots of places to play here, because I mean, the outdoor rinks in the summer, they're just tarmac and they have hockey nets, so it's like the perfect opportunity. That's funny. So my coffee break must reset every ride. So we won't be using it at all. I won't be cheating at all like I thought I was going to do. Dave should know Paul, aka Cookie, and No Fun Rob. And Jarvis. I'll have to ask them. And we'll definitely have to ask them. They probably all ride together, to be honest. No Fun Rob, not to be confused with my Taco Rob. Are they still couriers? Are they? Most couriers don't last a super long time, I would say. They clearly want to move on to different things. Paul works for WestJet fixing airplanes. Do eat 2 cookies this time over the pond in Yorkshire with Holly. Nice. Canadian cookie. There we go. Yeah, I'll have to ask him. I mean, like I said, he's been doing it for a long, long time. He probably does. And that's the beauty of working that job, though, too, is that you always have lots of bikes on the go, because it's work when Cookie's fat enough. Well, you're separated by an ocean, Cookie, so it's not like if you guys meet that the world will come to an end or something like that. Maybe it would, but you know, there's enough distance that that's probably not going to happen. It's like time traveling and, you know, coming in contact with yourself. You just disrupt the universe. Dun, dun, dun. Don't cross the cookies, yeah. Don't cross streams, don't cross cookies. Who knows what can happen? There you go. It's going to be the laziest 10K I've ever done. I don't even know what I'm at for the day. Done, done, done. That's not bad. It's not bad. No, that can't be right. I don't know what I'm at. Like 30, 40K, maybe. It's the problem, we gotta break up rides by having these people know. It's a good one too. Oh, that's right, going coastal, we take this turn off. Now I remember. Your zone 2 is my full bore. Your full bore will get faster, as your zone 2 will get higher as well. Let's see if I can do see if we can give some of these away. Since you guys have been so kind. Let's give out 5 memberships randomly. Hopefully it goes to people in the stream. Awesome. Marky Mark, Green, Watts. Sweet. Enjoy. Gonna give 5 more out because Millie, Wanderlust. Why did it only give out 2 of 5? Weird. I am never winning, Beardy. I am just grinding out the last stage of tour of Watopia for this session. Which is thankfully flat, or relatively speaking. So we're just taking it chill. It's kind of nice, like I was saying earlier, just to ride and do them solo, because then you're not, with groups, it's like you start chasing, you start, I want to get to the next. You know, dumb mentality just slips in. I'm a big fan of chill. I am as well. It's but a lot of times I lack the discipline. I really do. It's I let my primitive ape-like mind get the best of me at times. Are you doing 300K, Barty? When's that planned for? week, 300K. Is it more than 300K you doing, Barty? December 28th. Not part of the festive 500 that everybody likes to do. A one-time go. I mean, I guess if you're right in the kerplunk of that, you'll get a ton of people if you're doing it as a group thing, for sure. Barty party, basically festive 500, but it's just one day. That works. That works. Burn off all that Christmas turkey. I did the stages of all the rides on the safety bike. Nice. Yeah, I did the jungle stage today. I did it on the mountain bike. I wasn't gonna. I mean, that thing plods anyways. No pace spots, that's cheating. You know, it's funny. It is the easier way to do it, though. I mean, same thing with group rides. It's like you want to go fast, you got to get a group of people in a draft. That's for sure. Is there coffee breaks though, Barty? Because that, some may also consider that cheating. I used the whole 20 seconds of the coffee bot today. Aiming for 500, hoping for 550. Oh wow, 600. Nice, dude, that's awesome. That is so good. But now I use the power rod. There you go. I am not that opposed to using it. I never use it, but I mean, I used it yesterday because I had to I was riding longer than I anticipated riding yesterday, and I had to grab something to eat because I was starting to feel it. So I used it then. OFC, it will be broadcasted. Nice. In real life, I did a few times 300 plus. Ooh, that's tough. I would like to do Banff to Jasper at some point. That's more of a 2-day ride, or at least a supported through the night ride. Outdoors, but I mean, my big ride is typically Canmore, Lake Louise kind of thing, or Canmore, Castle Mountain return, kind of good. I'm not going to be able to say that without butchering it, Mr. Clown Prince. Steph, if she was on Twitch, would be all over that. Vater Nurenden? I can't even. Swedish. Okay. Not German. I just saw with the accents and stuff that it was going to be a German word. Vaternrenden. There we go. Hooked on phonics. That's what we're good for. Oh boy. 24-hour races. They're a challenge. 315K. Yeah, it's you start feeling those. I'm kind of a 100K event-wise guy. Like 3 hours on the bike is good enough. I mean, never done anything over 2, so I mean, I guess the pacing would be similar to the end of 2, but oh, Steph, you've done that. I have to go back to my phonics spelling of that. The Vaturnrunden. You've done that twice? Nice. Well done. It's above my pay grade. Not gonna lie. Next year as well. Nice. So it's a long time to be on the bike, that's for sure. Anything over 200 is just mental. It's any distance will have its challenges depending on how you go about it, I guess, and how fast. Like I know for me, there are times at 100, like I am done, like I'm completely spent. And there's times in that distance that I'll hate my life. Especially if I'm riding with the guys like outside, like the Bicky team or way past fast. It's just like, I get pushed so hard. And you have those moments. I imagine endurance riding 200 plus, 300 plus, like if you're doing those on a regular basis, the mental games that kind of go. And the ebbs and flows and how you're feeling about stuff. It's got to be nuts. Rode from Berlin to Rockstock, ferry to Sweden, then from Teleborg to Montla. I'm butchering all of this, by the way, in 3.5 days with a trailer hooked to my road bike. Man, that's nuts. I mean, I always think about bike packing. And then I remember I live in Canada, not the UK anymore. So it's like, UK, like the worst thing that's gonna happen to you when you go on a big adventure like that is like a cow will sit on you or a sheep will shit on your bed. That's kind of it. Canada, you know, it's a little bit more different with the, the bears and the mooses and the cougars. It's always a little, I think cougar encounters are the most unnerving. Although granted, the only time that I've really encountered one face to face, it was a chance thing, and it, clearly if I saw it first, it wasn't stalking me at that point. There was another time I was pretty sure that we were being stalked because we had a bear dog at the time, and he was not pleased, and he wanted to go bushwhacking to get whatever it was. But bears are one thing for a bear dog. He deals with those. He'll tree a bear no problem, but I've only encountered cougars in bars. There you go. Coyotes, yeah. I mean, they can, in a pack, they're a pain in the ass. By themselves, they're a little bit more timid. I only saw a cougar out sunning one time. I was driving, I saw it on the rocks. Yeah, it's the best way to see them, to be honest. Mine, mine was coming down a trail, and we kind of like, he was going one way, I was going the other. It was, he was not pleased that I was there. And then he kind of like, we made some noise, he darted off into the bush. And then it was a little bit of like paranoia after that, that he was going to loop round. Which, I mean, at least we knew he was in the area. So, I mean, it's not like you totally by surprise. And like I said, the other one where I was stalked and the dog was going nuts. The first one I didn't have the dog. I think the dog being there was the deterrent or the potential meal, one of the two. But I mean, first thought, that's an odd shaped deer. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, not cool, man. That would not be cool. I mean, I guess at least you saw it from a distance, right? And you were driving, so. And I mean, bears, again, that's like an odd thing. Like my bear encounter this year, he was on the side of the road. And I was just like, well, hopefully I don't have to find out whether I can outsprint a bear, which we all know the answer to that is I can't. Those fuckers are fast. But he was too busy, I don't know, scrounging for berries and butterflies or whatever the fuck he was doing. It was, but still, like, you're on a road bike, you're in the middle of nowhere, there's bush, and it's like, you can go back, which isn't helpful, like, especially when you've got a destination at the other end, when you kind of go like round, and you hope for the best. But if you're multiple and they're stalking, they hope to split you up, so the dog being behind there helps. There we go. So having Kuma there was a good thing. And I checked the trail and came around the bend, 3 black bears. Yeah, you see, multiples not cool. Multiples are not cool. Singles are bad enough. Hey, Ginger Warrior, hey. How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. So that should conclude. Make sure that we've actually finished the thing before I was paranoid about that with the first one I did because nothing popped up. There we go, 5 of 5 complete. We're all done. So 100%. It only took me, 2 days. Not bad, not bad. Not bad for something that I never intended on doing at all. Like I said, if I hadn't got that first stage by happenstance and it hadn't given me those stupid socks, I probably wouldn't have done a thing. Let's go to the garage. No. Where? Aha, there it is. Oh man, signing up for junk mail has never been better. We'll put the old faithful on there. See, we got jerseys. Jurassic Coast, there it is. We'll never wear it, but how did I get that? The postal thing? So, okay, the headgear, it is badass. Like, it's so stupid. I love it. It's, if you sign up for the mailing list for Zwift, you get the postal hat. So, there you go. I missed the 4th. Yeah, Ginger, I did these all as free rides, man. Like, I did one as a group Watopia thing. The other 4 I did as completely solo rides thing. Yeah. you sign up at Zwift.com. Exactly, Rob. Yeah, it's you just it's a freebie, and it's goofy enough. To me, that's a very Canadian looking hat, man. Like it's you could rock that in August here, and nobody would say a frickin' thing. It just it would be all part of it. I got one of them from Sheep from Baku. You know where I found it, Evil. How do I know the route? I missed something there. Oh yeah. Oh, you just if you're just looking to do the rides, Ginger, you just click on that banner at the front. It'll show you. You select the stage. It'll show you the rides that are available. You just jump on and you do it, and it's good. So is that the Canadian Postal Standard? The Canadian Postal Standard currently is not doing anything. They are on strike. They decided to go on a postal strike just prior to Christmas, so it's going to fuck everything up here. Yeah, if you're already signed up, they need a Mounties hat. A Dudley Do-Right hat. Or what was that guy's name? They had a Mountie show a long time ago. I can't even remember what it was called. So apparently, yeah, strike. They are on strike. Yeah, if you're already signed up, it should be in your garage, and it'll be all good. So where are we at? Let's see who's live. Due North, yeah, it's Due North. There was another one once upon a time. It was like he had a dog. I can't remember. It wasn't Due North, but it was like an older one. It's gonna bug me now. But yeah, it was kind of like an older kind of thing. Like you had like the Lone Ranger. It was kind of the Canadian version of that. Except it was a Mountie. I'm gonna have to look that up for next time. Brendan Fraser played Dudley Do-Right in the movie. There you go. Yeah, but Dudley Do-Right was the cartoon, right, from Rocky and Bullwinkle, I think. So there you go. So we're gonna Canada and New Zealand, two countries that I have not done on the list. Yeah, well, hey, I mean, if you come over here, Ginger, like by all means, give us a shout. You want to go for a ride in the mountains? I'm always down for that. 100%. 100%. So we're gonna raid here. If you're over on Twitch, we're gonna raid CX Tricks. Appreciate you guys dropping in and chit chatting. Barty, I'm gonna keep an eye out for your ride. Appreciate everybody that gave us a follow, a thumbs up, all that kind of good stuff today. So, all right, we're gonna raid CX Tricks. One of the very rare times that I actually remember to raid. Got to get better at that stuff. All right, let's get in there. All right, as for everybody on YouTube, sorry, we got all our stuff done there on Twitch. Cookie, Ginger Warrior, Evil Steph, Darren, everybody, Miguel, Cookie, everybody that dropped in, Wanderlust, Millie. Who else have we got? The list goes on and on. I know I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? It was early on. Ethan. Can't forget Ethan. It'd be horrible. Lee, of course. Rob. Thank you all for dropping in. We are going to quit things here. We'll be racing tomorrow, same time, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So check us out then. And until next time, we will catch y'all later. See ya.